Welcome back guys to another valuable cryptocurrency video today. In this video I'm going to be talking about the next narrative of 2022 for all cryptocurrencies. And guys, this is a great video, so you do not want to miss out. Without further ado, here are the 4 factors that will make up the next narrative of 2022. The first of these 4 is the metaverse narrative. The metaverse is a virtual version of the real world, so it's basically everything we see in the real world but virtually put into code. And some people believe we're actually living in a metaverse right now and that we're living in a simulation, but obviously that's just a wayward theory. I'm not going to talk too much about that. But if you've seen Ready Player One, here's a clip of it. It is very similar to what the metaverse could be like in the future. Obviously right now, the metaverse technology that is needed to facilitate these extremely high graphics and extremely fast speeds of internet and bandwidth, and it's not feasible nor readily available to be produced. So we're going to have to wait a few years for that technology to come out within the VR and AR industries separately. This may take a while, so this is more of a long-term narrative and probably will last into the years 2023, 2024, and 2025. However, it is still great to look at because long-term holding in crypto is always good to have in your portfolio. The next pillar of the 2022 possible narratives of crypto is ZK rollups and Ethereum scalability. Basically, this is developments and protocols and projects that are all built on the layer 2 of Ethereum, on the second layer of the Ethereum blockchain, meaning there are no gas fees. Fees are a lot faster, more efficient, and transactions are just overall better, and the network is just overall better as a whole. So yeah, that's what ZK rollups are, and I'm going to get way further into that later in this video. The third aspect of this narrative for 2022 is obviously the NFT industry. NFT basically means non-fungible token. Hopefully you guys all know that by now. If you don't, watch some of my other videos up here. Anyway, the NFT industry is a hugely growing industry. As of late, it has plateaued a little bit. The hype has died down. Obviously, that was going to happen, but it is always going to come back, and I do not think the NFT industry is dead forever at all. We've still got huge transaction rates on the biggest NFT open marketplaces like OpenSea, and for Solana, we've even got Solana Art pulling in a lot of transactions per day. And guys, the potential with these NFTs is absolutely huge. That's why it is so prevalent in the next narrative for cryptocurrency, because with NFTs, they can be applied and implemented in real life as well as metaverse life and virtual reality. For example, in real life, all our plane tickets, our club tickets, our tickets to go to an event, the authentication on a piece of art, the authentication on your house, the authentication on your keys, whatever you need, it can all be put into a smart contract that is way more secure than any other tangible form of a lock or seal or authentication, and that is actually an NFT in and of itself. And also, of course, in the metaverse, NFTs can be prevalent as well, because everything you wear in the metaverse, all your shoes, all your clothes, all your aspects of your body in the metaverse, all your whole virtual personality is going to be an NFT, and is going to be a collage of NFTs actually as well. Okay, finally, the last quarter of this beautifully synthesized prediction portfolio is the narrative of Web 3.0. Basically, the first version of the web or the internet was when you could only read things. The second version is what created the creator economy and all social media and everything. We can post stuff and read stuff and write stuff and video stuff and all that. The next evolution of the web is Web 3, and this is going to be when you are actually able to go onto a social media website or go onto a server, but it's not owned by a central server. The website is not facilitated by a central server held in one place in the world, but really it's actually facilitated by the collective bandwidth of all the users using that website at once. So say there's 100 users. A regular website like Facebook would have one server in New York or something facilitating all the bandwidth for those 100 users. However, on the Web3, the power is given to the people, and there's no central person with all the power and all the information, and within the 100 users, the bandwidth would evenly be distributed amongst these 100 users, meaning they'd all get 1% of the total bandwidth needed to facilitate the actual server. This is great for the people and is also bringing back democracy amongst finance and decentralized finance. Okay, so now we've got all the definitions out of the way, and now you guys know what all these narratives are. Let's get into a few coins that will fall under each of these narratives that you can actually invest in today and start making some money. Okay, so I'm going to start with some altcoins in the first narrative of metaverse and the metaverse industry to come for the next few years. Obviously, you guys will all have predicted this one already. It is Decentraland. Decentraland is the biggest, most prevalent, most prominent, most dominant company in the whole metaverse industry, and they are probably the furthest developed and the closest to actually building a metaverse where everybody can readily, where it is readily available to all users with a phone. However, obviously they're still far away from their ultimate goal, but this company is probably the Apple or the Bitcoin of metaverse cryptocurrencies. The second altcoin in this subsection of metaverse cryptocurrencies is the Sandbox coin by the Sandbox company and the Sandbox metaverse. This could be compared to Ethereum if we're continuing on that analogy. Okay, thirdly, for the metaverse industry, I'm going to recommend a coin called Axie Infinity. A lot of you guys may have heard this, and a lot of you guys may have heard of all these coins before, but I promise I'm going to get into some less known ones later in the video. But Axie Infinity is one of the more known ones. It is still very good to have in your portfolio though. Just because these coins are known doesn't mean that they don't have any more room to grow. They do have a lot of room to grow. Their market caps are very small still, and they are relatively safe too, considering that we've got companies as big as Facebook changing their name to Meta. I don't think the idea of metaverses are going to go away completely. Okay, so moving on to the ZK rollup narrative and some altcoins that fit under that bracket of cryptocurrencies. The first of these is, of course, going to be Immutable X, which is basically an NFT platform that you can build and develop NFTs on the layer 2 of Ethereum, meaning you can scale your NFTs and have almost zero gas fees. I think actually gas fees are zero on Immutable X and the layer 2 of Ethereum, and that is one of the best ZK rollup projects out right now that you can buy as a coin on cryptocurrency exchanges. The second coin is ZK Sync, and this is a project that allows you to swap your regular Ethereum from layer 1 to layer 2 and transition your portfolio onto the second layer of Ethereum, making it zero gas fees and more scalable. They are coming out with a coin to invest in later this year, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Finally, you've got Loopring, which focus on the financial side of layer 2 and the decentralized finance of the second layer of Ethereum and how that all works. Okay, so moving on to the third narrative, NFTs. Here are some altcoins that fit under the NFT narrative of cryptocurrency for 2022. Enjin is a coin made by a company that is focusing on the development of cryptocurrency and play-to-earn games. Some of the Enjin development is very, very good right now and will only get better as time goes on. Thirdly, we've got the Bored Ape Yacht Club coin, which is obviously originated from the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT collection. They are one of the biggest and best and most established NFT collections out right now, so their cryptocurrency is also bound to do well. And the third altcoin under the NFT bracket of cryptocurrencies is the Galactic Geckos altcoin. That is obviously started from the Galactic Geckos NFT project. This one's a little more risky, but there is still a lot of room to grow in this specific coin. Okay, so moving on to Web3 altcoins, here are my top 3 Web3 altcoins. First off, you've got Helium coin. I'm not going to go into depth about this, but it's basically a coin on the blockchain powered by Internet of Things. Here's the definition up here. Secondly, we've got Filecoin. I'm not going to go into depth again, but here's the definition. And lastly, we're going to finish the video with the Kusama coin, which is also built for purpose of Web3. Okay guys, so that was about it for today's video. I just wanted to let you guys know about the next narrative for cryptocurrency in the coming years and 2022. This is very, very interesting stuff, and these are the cryptocurrencies and the altcoins that I've mentioned in this video that are probably going to explode within the next 5 or 10 years and the next narrative of crypto, because they are doing a lot in the crypto space and you really should be here to invest in them. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor, remember that. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.